Yo, this is WSoul13 bringing you Raid Shadow Legends, and today we're going to be doing the fusion plan for Bivald. What's his full name? Bivald the Thorn? Bivald of the Thorn. Yeah. So let's run through the news real quick, then we'll go through what we're going to be doing for this fusion event, the plan, and just the cost as always. Global summoning boost, so we're having Sacred Shards 2x this weekend. That is going to be factoring into our decision on if we're going to be playing, how we're going to be playing the Bivald summon, I think, the Bivald fusion event. This event brings a couple of new features. So this is a new update. Battle turn counter. We've added a turn counter for every battle. Track how many turns with the current limit set to 1,500 turns. Oh, that might actually be useful because I found a Templar build that can solo Scarab King? I think Scarab King. This Templar build can solo Scarab King. So if there's a way to shorten that the number of turns you need to beat Scarab King with Templar, it might be a thing. So we'll see. We'll see. This could be big. I'm talking like hard Scarab King 90, is it? Like the hardest version of Scarab King. The Templar build for Balmal works for that Scarab King. The reason why I didn't make a video for it is because I reached the term limit. And I didn't want to go through it again. It was like an hour long to get there. But yeah, I might do it again after this update. That's pretty cool. And then what else is happening? In every battle except for Demon Lord battles, Hydra battles, the game will be paused after reaching 1450 turns. Oh, this is new. What does that mean? Turn counter along with a notification will be shown after you reach 1,000 turns. Turn counter from the start, Demon Lord, and Hydra battles, not much has changed. Okay, so interesting. So 1450, the game will be paused. I guess just to give you a heads up that you've reached your 50 turns away from the limit. And then we've added a button to craft a bunch. Okay, this is great. 10 artifacts at once. Wow, that is really good. Man, this is a great update. And then go button for Forge related advanced quests will now jump to relevant sets. That's amazing. Game will remember your chosen artifact ranks when you switch between artifact sets. Okay, that's great as well. Team Arena update. We've expanded the tiers, increased player limit. I mean, that's great, but at the same time, it's still really tiny compared to the actual player base that plays Raid. Although a chunk of them don't play 3v3. So let's see. I'll actually be kind of testing this because I do Tag Team Arena in this new Game Plus thing I'm doing on the account. And then they did a rebalance, Necro Hunter, Kalia, and Frostbringer. So I've already seen these. The ones actually that kind of interest me is Wold Painted right here. Right, we're not going to be doing a deep dive on this because this is a Bivald video. But I think this Wold Painted upgrade actually does something unique, which is fully heals the champ, and then the excess heals, what is this? 50% of the surplus goes to the rest of your team. So if you can like build her really tanky with some built-in healing as well, like maybe regen set or immortal set, takes a turn, she heals up, and then boom, you heal yourself. So, and I think it'll work really good with continuous healing as well, right? So builds with continuous healing in it, with Wold Painted in it, could be a source of unlimited HP, maybe just limited by your team's actual toughness. So that might be a thing. I'm not sure though. So Bivald, what is this guy about? We'll talk about the champ later. The first thing we always do is the cost. So in order to validate if it's worth it to go for champ or not, the first thing you look at is cost. All right. So what is the cost? It looks like the Fragment Fusion event for this month is the exact same setup as last month. So I'm already seeing Summon Rush and Champ Chase, 20, then 15. So first we count the fragments, then we count how many for the Summon Rush. So it's 20, 35, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 80, 85, 90, 95, 100, 105, 110, 115. So it's 115 fragments with 35 going to Summon Rush and Champ Chase. 115 minus 35, that's 80. 80 minus 100, that's 20. So we need 20 fragments from Champ Chase and Summon Rush combined. So you're going to have to pick between Summon Rush and Champ Chase. The same as last month. So last month I recommended that you go after Champ Chase. And then you go for the first 5 fragments of Summon Rush. I think it ended up being 1750 points to get that first 5 fragments in Summon Rush. This month, though, there's a little bit of a wrinkle here because they're asking for Sacred 2X this weekend, right? So because they're asking for Sacred 2X this weekend, depending on how many Sacred Shards you have, you may not be able to reach the 2,500 limit that they set last month for the last Fusion Champ. What's his name? Gaius, right? They asked for 2,500 points for the Champ Chase. And to get there, you'll need around 10 Sacreds minimum, minus mitigation, of course. So the more you can mitigate, the more Sacreds you'll save. So if you're within maybe like 1,500 points with mitigation, so like me right now, since I'm saving Gaius, I have 500 points right there. So that's 2,000 points left. So I am very much inclined to pulling in Champ Chase for my account, even playing the New Game Plus thing. So you can pull some Sacreds, which is fine. Just remember that you need to save 3, maybe 4 Sacreds if you're thinking about going hard on Champ Chase, then going for the first 5 fragments of Summon Rush. So the flip side is if you pick Summon Rush, most likely it's going to be a flat 7 Sacred deal there. So it's going to be 3,500 points, 7 Sacreds, roughly 4 times 7, roughly 28, 29 Void Shards. Yes, it's a combination of either or. 4 Void Shards per Sacred, right? So it's very close to each other in terms of points for Summon Rush. So that right there, you're going to have to pick. You're going to have to decide which is the better deal for you. I think it's still a good idea to go after Champ Chase, but there is a big caveat here because it is Sacred 2X this weekend, and 2X Sacreds is kind of terrible for the points for Champ Chase. So, for example, 1,000 points for Summon Rush is just 2 Sacred Shards versus 1,000 points in Champ Chase. You could go as deep as 4 Sacred Shards, but those 4 Sacred Shards, 2X are on. So, you gotta kind of like weigh the pros and cons yourself, depending on your account. But the risk is if you wait for Summon Rush, they could ask for more than 3,500 shards, which they have done before. So that's not entirely out of the question. Now, I don't think Bivald is considered a premium champ. Like, he's really good, but he's not Brogni level or Demitha level or even Tatura level. Although Tatura was basically free almost. Different story there. But Brogni and Demitha were really, really heavy on the Summon Rush and Champ Chase points. I think they went up to maybe 5,500 total because you had to max out both to get it. So it's pretty crazy. I think for this one though, they might stick closer to 3,500 like they did before. But we'll see. We'll see. So this is not known yet. All right. So let's click on Bivald. So now we're going to analyze Bivald himself. Just kind of what does he do? Is he good? So spoiler alert, he is good. He's very good. So if you're a progressing account, you would love to get him on your account. And he does do something that most progression champs cannot do, which is be end game for a specific dungeon in the game. So most progression champs are kind of like general use for the waves, right? So they either control or they carry your team through the waves. You know, Bivald has an angle for Spiders 20 and 25 and 24. So he is really, really good, right? Let's take a look. The A1 is a provoke, so that's great for waves, like I said. Also heals ally with the lowest HP by 15% of the damage inflicted. So damage inflicted with HP, I mean, it's fine. It's just, how do I say this? It's good with War Master, I guess. If this counts War Master damage on the A1, then this might be pretty good, 15%. So that's a chunky heal right there, if War Master is triggered. So we'll find out when content creators test for that, if War Master triggers this. But overall, it's a pretty okay A1. Provoke on A1 is fine. It books up to 50%, which is pretty high for Provoke. So, you know, I think it's okay. The A1's okay. It's a one-hitter, so. Attacks all enemies twice, so this is a two-hitter. First hit puts Provoke on, second hit puts Leech on, and then also places Strengthen on this champion only. If this was a team Strengthen, this would be an amazing skill, honestly. They should have just made this a team Strengthen, and then 3-turn cooldown. That would make it clan boss viable if they did this. But they did it, so, which is fine, you know, it's not bad. Provoke, AoE Provoke, it's always good. Leech is always good too for boss fights. So he has a mode for dungeon waves, dungeon bosses, clan boss. He can be useful in all those areas. But this is really what separates him from the fusion champs we've had so far this year. So I'd say Bivald is the best fusion champ we've had this entire year. And the reason why is this skill right here. Attacks all enemies. Damage increases by 5% for each debuff on each enemy. So this can really stack up, especially if you can AoE the debuff. And also heals allies by 20% of the damage inflicted. Alright, so that it can deal a lot of damage. It can be scaled up. HP based champ, so jacking up his HP will also give you more damage. But here is the kicker. 20% of the damage inflicted heals the allies. Also puts a shield on them, 20% of the damage inflicted. So that's Spiders, right? Unfortunately, it books down to 4 turns, and it's a 2-turn duration on the shield. So that is a little bit disappointing right there, honestly. This should have been either a 4-turn, 3-turn duration, 4-turn cooldown, 3-turn duration, or a 3-turn cooldown, 2-turn duration, or even miscreated monster level 3-turn cooldown, 3-turn duration. They didn't do that here. That is the most disappointing part of Bivald, in my opinion. Other than that, though, if you can get him a lot faster or in reflex gear and then lock out his A2 maybe, he can be really good in Spiders, right? So reflex would be a great set on him. Anything that can keep him alive, anything that makes him fast would be great on him. So I'd say overall, Bivald is a really good champ for progression. Specifically for Spiders, he's really, really good. So HP Aura all battles, 28%. That's pretty beefy. It's nothing crazy, but it's pretty good. And then decreased damage taken by all allies from enemies under provoke debuff. So the only unfortunate thing about this passive, it's great. It's great for dungeon waves and for Doom Tower waves. The only problem is you cannot get this to trigger against any of the bosses unless the boss can be provoked. Which I think there's only one boss that can be provoked, which is Magma Dragon? Is it Magma Dragon? So this Bivald is a shoo-in for your Magma Dragon 110 team. So he might be the first fusion champ we've had this year that has progression implication and endgame implications for Spiders 25 and then Hard Doom Tower Magma Dragon 110. So like overall, I feel like this is a really good champ to go for, right? So if you can go for him, definitely go for him. Any fusion champ, if you can go for them, you go for them. So I think that's it. Tomorrow we'll do our summons for Champ Chase. I'll show you guys what I think about it when we see the points. Alright, so that's it for today. See you tomorrow.